morning. So I had this video posted about the possibility of a summer whale sighting, and man, it started taking off really fast yesterday. I know there's a lot of people interested in this case. I mean, I was interested in it. That's how I even knew about it. I've got the camera covered because I don't want to show my face on camera right now, because I don't want it to be about me. I'm not here making sweet tea videos and trying to make money making videos and having a following and all that. This just happened. I mean, it happened, and I said something about it, and I'm going to say something about it for the last time. In the mountains of North Carolina, I live in a dumpy old camper, and the kind of neighbors you get can range from really good to really bad. A couple moved in a mobile RV. Man was about 69, woman about 50 or so, looked rather shady, and they had a 7-year-old blonde-headed little girl. And they had told the landlord that they had got her out of a bad situation. So I already knew that about it, and I kind of keep my eye on the folks for a couple of days. And I knew about the Wales case because I'm like anybody else. I got a lot of time on my hands, and I watch crime stories on YouTube. So I got to thinking, I'm like, man, that sure looks like that girl from Tennessee. And I walked over to the RV, and there's a plastic tub, and written on that plastic tub is Wales 216. And you can take a meaning for that. Does it mean this? Does it mean that? Is it a storage unit? Which I think it is. It's written on that plastic tub is Wales 216. And you can take a meaning for that. Does it mean this? Does it mean that? Is it a storage unit? And written on that plastic tub is Wales 216. And you can take a meaning for that. Does it mean this? Does it mean that? Is it a storage unit? Which I think it is. Is it a classroom? Is it some kind of part number? I don't know. But I got the feeling that, if that did come from the Wales' property or storage facility, then this man had come into contact with Summer Wales. Was this little girl that was here Summer Wales? I don't know. It looked a lot like her, especially the one picture on the internet where Summer Wales is kind of sitting down. She's got her hair done real nice and almost kind of pinkish blue, and she looked a whole lot better than those shaved head pictures with no teeth. So, this is 2 years later, and it very well could be her. So, you can call me a dumbass or whatever. I called the sheriff's department. I didn't call 911. I called the sheriff's department. They sent a car out. Then they sent 6 more cars out. And it came down to taking a picture of the girl and sending it to Tennessee. Tennessee investigators said it's not her. So I let it go for a couple of days. The landlord was really mad that I had called the police on these people, and understandable. I got to thinking about it, and I called, I emailed. I didn't call 911. I called the sheriff's department. They sent a car out. Then they sent 6 more cars out. And it came down to taking a picture of the girl and sending it to Tennessee. Tennessee investigators said it's not her. So I let it go for a couple of days. The landlord was really mad that I had called the police on these people, and understandable. I got to thinking about it, and I called, I emailed EquiSearch, and they said, well, since the sheriff's department dismissed it, there was nothing that they could do, and they weren't interested. So I kind of got the feeling that they really don't want to find this girl if she is out there. Almost like they took her and put her in protection. And this little girl was really happy. She rode around on these donkeys, and she played. She didn't have any friends, but she was really happy. But weird thing is, she kept knocking on my door, and she wouldn't be there. I'd open the door, and there'd be a stuffed animal on my porch, or a box with a note in it. This little girl went by the name of Lillian. She said she was from Georgia. She wanted to know what my birthday was, which I thought was weird. She had a plastic pool. She wanted me to come to a pool party, which I thought was weird. She wanted me to come over to the bonfire that night, which I thought was weird. So this whole situation is weird. A few weeks later, the man disappears for a couple of hours. The woman's off at work driving a trash truck, and she comes knocking on my door crying, won't know where the peepaw is, and she can't find him. So I told her to go put a coat on, and I walked outside, and he came pulling in about 15 minutes later, and she sat out there and scolded that old man pretty good. Well, that night they disappeared, her, him, and the donkeys. One thing, that these people are supposed to be from South Carolina, which I do believe that they are. I think I found them on Facebook. He is a preacher or a reverend, and she's very religious, the lady. They've got some pretty, I guess you'd say, methed out children, so this very well could be a granddaughter that you're having to take care of. But again, the Wales 216 thing just stuck in my head. The older woman told the landlord that the old man had some kind of dementia, and he had to take medicine for it, and the hospital gave him 3 vials. And he lost the vials, and he couldn't take his medicine. So I don't know much about dementia medicine, but I've never heard about vials that you take home from the hospital. But it's a possibility. I had lymphoma. Well, I still have lymphoma. Actually, I did chemo for 3 years, so there is all kind of medicine. Well, about a week later, the woman disappears in the middle of the night, and she takes all her trash. I've been here since 2017. Everybody who's ever moved out has always left their trash. So she took every piece of paper, anything that had anything to do with them, with her. So she disappeared in the middle of the night. You know, the things that get me is the man drove a white truck that looks eerily familiar to the white truck that's in the Summer Wells video with the red Subaru. The blue enclosed trailer had Tennessee tags. Now these people, if they are who they say they are, they're very religious. Man, it could be that they got a hold of this girl and they're just taking care of her. Is it Summer Wells? Probably not. Does the Wells 216 mean anything? Probably not. But I posted it on Don Wells' site and on Candace Bly's site, and I didn't get a response. And it's probably because maybe I'm not friends with those people. So I made a little video, and I get a lot of haters out there. I'm not a content creator. If I was, you'd be looking at my face right now. So anyhow, that's what happened. And was it her? Who knows? Wells 216 is the question. If anybody wants to answer that, then we can go further. But I'm not really into going back and forth on this all day long. Thank you. I don't have a way to upload a single photo, but this is a copy of the plastic tub I found outside their porch. Wells 216. Did it come out of a facility that the Wells was renting, and the door number being 216? If so, we need to go further. If not, then these people were just probably doing a good deed and trying to raise possibly their granddaughter. But there's a lot of evidence that points that this possibly was that little girl. It is now my belief that the Seventh-day Adventist Church has taken Summer Wells and either put her in protection or they have trafficked her across state lines for whatever nefarious reasons. The couple that was staying here on the property, highly religious. The man was supposed to be a reverend, and if I was to take a guess, I would say that probably Seventh-day Adventist or something close to that nature. I don't know if that little girl that was staying here was Summer Wells, but I do know that there was a plastic tub written Wells 216, just as a number, not as a birthday. However, she was born February of 16, which is extremely odd. So, what's on my mind right now is that I really do think that that church had something to do with it. I watched some videos yesterday of some of the church people talking about it, and man, they are just totally creepy. So if you've been following from day one, Wells 216 still needs an answer. Not a guess, because I can guess all day long what that means. But I think the church did it.
Rewind, rewatch. That's all I can tell you. Have a good day.